Jamal Crawford loves Seattle, Washington, the 206.
You're definitely Mr. 206. I said, I'm just gonna start calling you Mr. 206.
No question, I have a Space Needle tattoo on my hand. I got 206 tattoo on my arm. No question about it. There's no place like it for me. Maybe I love it so much because everything started when I came back here to Seattle. I've been able to do a lot of wonderful things off the court as well here. I couldn't live anywhere else.
For this high school itself, he means everything. His name is on the court, Crawford Court.
That was one of the deals that he made with me. He said, Coach, if I make it, do I get to name the court after me? Of course you do. No problem, you know. You want to name the court, the gym, you know, and it's not because of that. I mean, I think he deserved it. I mean, because he really put Rainier Beach on the map as far as basketball goes. And when I say on the map, I'm not talking about the Washington map. I'm talking about the national map.
I walked in that gym, I had no idea it would be anything like that. I was gonna say, I literally started crying, but that's not a big deal for me. But I did. I walked in the gym and I was in awe. I couldn't believe it, that the scoreboard that said Jamal Crawford. And then when they rolled the paper back from the court itself, I started crying, and my husband said, don't. And then I said, this is all too much. This is too much, but it was beautiful.
You could easily name that court Mike Bethea Court. I mean, Coach Bethea has, 6 championships, but Jamal is so huge in our community. He's that close to everybody in this community.
We'd like to thank all of you guys for being here to help us unveil the newly refurbished Jamal Crawford Court here at Liberty Park.
That day was a day that I shed real tears of joy for everything that Jamal's been through. And it made me cry to see that huge plaque with Eric and Jayan's picture on it and Jamal's. And even now, sometimes I take groups of children to Liberty Park. It's an honor and a privilege for him and for all of us.
All you guys here have played a part in molding me to who I am today. And as good as I want to be on the basketball court, I want to be a better person off of it in my community, in the community of Brayton, in the community of Seattle.
That was just a surreal feeling too that day. And then for him to be given the key to the city on top of the court, that was all a real big moment for all of us.
In all honesty, is the big bro. Everybody needs to pay homage because he's helped pretty much everybody. He's put the city on his back, that he feels that the city helped raise him, so he doesn't have a choice but to give back. He's so selfless that, Dave, I have to do this. This is something that I have to do. I don't have a choice.
He does a lot for that community. He goes back. Some people don't go back to their community and give back to their community like he does. I think he gives back a lot. I can't never say too much because I think Seattle deserves that. I think that he deserves to do it for them. You know, that's where he was raised. They supported him to the utmost, and I think he's doing the right thing.
He's the same Jamal that was down here in 1998 driving that Cutlass with no license plates in the back. I mean, the same guy. I mean, just genuine. I mean, he's just a kid you can just sit down, and he's a man now, but a man that you can just sit down and have a genuine talk with and know that it's real.
He has a pro-am where it's been at the Rainier Vista, right in the inner city, for everybody to come to. Adults pay, but all kids are free to come watch the NBA talent, and that's because we don't have a team.
I'm really proud of Jamal because he goes back to Seattle and he does a lot in Seattle. He puts on his summer leagues, he gets everybody involved. He's doing a lot of men in the community.
All the pros are in the city, you know, and guys who play overseas. And we try to do a couple of top high schoolers like we did when I was playing. Let them play as well so they get the experience. And it's become one of the top pro-ams in the country. I think it was voted like number 4 or 5 in the country last year. All kids are free. And then the adults are just $5 to come in. And you see some of the best talent in the NBA playing right there. We try to give a certain number away of funds that we raise to local Boys and Girls Clubs. We try to pick a different one each year.
the Boys and Girls Club, he's always been big on that because that's where, you know, basically he grew up. Like we was always at Rainier, it was called Rainier Community Center back then. And when he first got back, that was just like the safe house. Like we would all go there for late night and just play ball until 2 in the morning. And I remember the director of Rainier, he would just drive us back home every night. And we stayed there till 2 in the morning, just all the kids were out there. So that being in Jamal's life, I think that made him really reach back out to the Boys and Girls Club type stuff.
My kids are probably my best friends. You know, when you really look at it, they love you for you, and it's genuine. They're not jaded. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable to watch how Eric has grown up, to watch the young man he's becoming, to watch him get better in basketball, to watch him not want to tell me stories about girls, but tell you stories about girls. It's really cool to see.
I think he's pretty much really a good dad to me. I mean, everything that I really need, he gives it to me, and we talk all the time, even when I am in Atlanta, he's on the road or wherever he is. You know, we talk every day about things regular fathers and sons do, like how's school, you know, how's basketball going, you working hard, you taking care of your little brothers and sisters, just things like that.
How old were you when you realized that your dad was the NBA star?
I think it really hit me around like elementary school because people were really talking about it like, oh, your dad's on TV. I watched him on TV last night. You know, it's just like, this is real.
That's his go-to. Yeah, JJ.
Go, JJ.
And JJ is just growing up by the day. And in London, it's just starting, so she hasn't got the personality yet. Like, she's the only girl in our family since forever. My sister always says that. So for us, she gets whatever she wants. Everybody's on her schedule, whether it's sleep, when it's time to eat. She runs the house now. Tori used to run the house, but now London runs the house, so.
I'm nervous for when she gets older because JJ already he's like putty. Yeah. Every day.
Yeah.
He wakes up, wants candy, he knows who to ask.
But it's really cool because I want to be in their lives. I want to be with them every single day. Like, I don't want to be without them.
Going to see a kid grow up the way he did, and I caught him when he was 16 and 17 years old, and now he's patterning it after me. And that gives me a proud sensation when I can see a kid that I mentored and taught him a lot go back and do it like the way I wanted him to do it.
When I was in high school, I was 16 years old, and my high school is not far from here, and I was able to actually go from my house to high school back and forth, and I always looked at that house. So it was like motivation for me. That was when I was 16, and lo and behold, 5 years ago, the house is actually available. That house and my house were available at the same time. I put an offer on both. They didn't want to budge, so I ended up getting my house, and thank God I did. And I still look at that house, even though I have this house, it's like, man, you come a long ways, you know, from just dreaming about that, being 16 to now, and able to afford that house. And it's still there kind of as motivation. It shows me how far I've come in this journey. I still look at it every single night, and it'll probably be like that every single night until I'm no longer here.